What are the other causes that you can be having?
We also have medical conditions. Like, for example, if a person has diabetes, you have hypertension, high blood pressure, you have arthritis, others have lupus. Lupus are conditions that are connected to the endocrine system. There's a system within you, just like you have the digestive system. You also have a system called endocrine. Endocrine is the system that deals with hormones. All the hormones that are involved for sexuality, for anything, they are actually controlled by that. Thyroid hormone, you're getting estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, has something to do with it. There's a system within you called endocrine. So if you have any challenge, physically, medical conditions can also cause that. And also the medications that are given to treat diabetes, to treat high blood pressure, to treat arthritis, to treat cancer. All these medications also can also have an effect to a sexless marriage.
Have you tell me, I know diabetes is about sugar levels.
Yes.
How does that affect sex?
It affects sex in the sense that when your blood sugars are high, it means that your insulin, which is produced by the pancreas, that it's not enough to be regulated within your system. So it's like for a very long time, it has been overproducing. We call it insulin resistant. In other words, keeping on feeding with a lot of carbs and the carbohydrates and processed food. And so your sugars just remain at the top. So this pancreas has a hormone that it produces called insulin. And this insulin is what now regulates your blood sugar to be normal. You know, some is converted into fat, another one is released in the system for you to have energy. So when this now isolates or Langerhans, or the part where that insulin is produced, becomes now ineffective, it means now this sugar has no hormone to control it. When it gets into your blood, then we now say that you are now diabetic. Diabetes means your
high blood sugar.
High blood sugar. That means now the sugars your pancreas is unable to control.
To reduce or to control
the sugar that is in circulation of your system. And so when you eat something, the blood remains in your blood.
The sugar remains in your blood.
And when it's not supposed to be so. When too much sugar, it remains in the blood circulation, then it begins to damage organs. Because everything is
so the sugar is now killing the organs.
Diabetes comes from what you eat. Much more as we have other causes, but food plays a very important role. And when your gut is actually sick, the first organ targeted is the liver. Why? Your liver has over 500 functions in a day.
Hey.
Wow. Even not 5. Over 500 functions in a day. So it is impossible for you to get diabetes, hypertension, cancer if your liver is operating at the optimum. When you find somebody getting those lifestyle diseases, it's a sign that the liver functionality is now decreasing by and by. And so these are things that when you come to the hospital and we test you and we find you that you have diabetes, we give you medication. The same medication, the disease can cause you to have erectile dysfunction.
I was suggesting you've already gone to healing before you tell us the sugar attacking the penis, or how does it now make you not
as long as it is in circulation, that's what I was saying. This disease now called diabetes or hypertension or arthritis or cancer, any chronic condition, it has an effect to the muscles. Remember, the vagina is a what? It's made up of muscles and tissues. Okay? There is no bone in it. There is no bone in the vagina. Equally with the man. There is no bone in the penis. Then it has what? Blood vessels. Then it has what? Nerves. So what this sugar and this pressure does, it destroys the blood capillaries or the blood vessels. It also destroys the nerves and it also destroys the muscle.
The sugar. That's how bad sugar is.
Sugar and also high blood pressure, arthritis, any chronic condition, all of them have the same effect to the body. And so when this happens now, remember, so there's also a coordination of the brain and your penis. And that's why we say the biggest sex organ is the brain.
It's the mind,
when the brain is stimulated, then there are chemicals that are released. And one of the hormones that is produced for you to be able to get attracted to your wife is a hormone called oxytocin. This is a hormone that makes you to bond prior before sex, even during sex. It's highly produced during that time. It is the same hormone that is produced when a mother and a child are breastfeeding. When the mother is breastfeeding the child, that bonding comes because of this hormone produced during breastfeeding. So it makes the mother and the child to bond. So the same hormone oxytocin is the same hormone that is produced before sex. That's what makes you feel you are really attracted to this person. Another hormone produced is dopamine. Dopamine is the reward hormone. When you see yourself now responding, your wife responding towards sexual advances, you know, it rewards you, continue, move on, you know. So there are so many things that go in play. Yeah, serotonin, there are quite a number of them that are released by, and these hormones can never be released when you are washing clothes. They cannot be released when you are cooking. You get the point? Yeah, they are only released when you get sexually turned on by your husband and your wife. And so we have to understand that all these hormones are also interrupted when the body is not operating in the normal, when there is a challenge in your system, any form of disease. And so even hormonal imbalance is something that also can cause, you know, sexless. Someone just feels they don't want sex, especially women. You get the point, eh? And so what happens now, the disease can cause a man to have erectile dysfunction, and a woman can have sexual dysfunction.
What is sexual dysfunction?
Low libido.
Erectile dysfunction is for men. Sexual dysfunction is for women.
So for me, I've never had that.
Erectile dysfunction is for men.
I know that is very common.
Yeah.
Yes. But
Sexual dysfunction is for women.
It's D.
Yes. It's D.
So you just find a woman doesn't want sex.
Sex, yeah, because of one or two things. Probably it could be even something that happened, sexual trauma, girls who are raped, girls who are taken advantage of, someone who was circumcised.
Circumcision.
Yeah, there must be something
Family planning methods.
Family planning methods can also mess that. That's what we are talking now, bringing sexual dysfunction. You're not getting attracted when your estrogen and progesterone does not balance, because now the body is just flat. You're getting that. And so all these things, medications, sicknesses, diseases can also bring what?
Sexless marriages.
Sexless marriage. And it's good to understand
also,
that.
I think lifestyle, when there is a kind of food that when we eat as women, it doesn't promote sexual, you don't become very sexually aroused easily.
Very
like
true.
overly processed food,